A week away, and that means it's officially crunch time for tax season. 1 in 3 Americans wait until the very last minute, usually because they owe Uncle Sam. But there are overlooked tips for almost everybody to help soften the blow or improve your return. And here with us this morning is CPA and Accounting Professor Michael Popowits from UIC Business. And Michael, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks so much for having me.
And one of the stats that just pops out to me as we talk about this is the fact that the average tax procrastinator overpays by about $400 just because they're rushing.
Yeah, hasty mistakes, and beyond that, also deductions that they miss. So I'm glad we can talk about a few that they might overlook.
Okay, let's get into some specifics then. And so whether you're a job seeker or recently divorced, different categories here, and you can tell me a little bit about each one. Okay, first of all, say you're a student and you're talking about loan expenses. What's the deal there?
$2,500 of loan interest is deductible, and get this, even if your parents take over the loan payments. So if they do, thank them for being great parents, but then also make sure that you keep taking this deduction. It's sizable. Basically, it's considered a gift to the student remitted to the IRS. Just remember that your parents cannot also be taking you as a deduction. So if you return to your old bedroom, you might not be able to take this one.
There you go. All right. And then parents, we talk about a child care credit that we need to remember to take.
Indeed.
Yeah.
For children under 13, you can qualify for a 35% tax credit for child care that you might pay for while you're at work. Now, the average cost of child care is $12,000 a year, so this could be $4,200. And the thing to remember that this is a tax credit, better than a deduction. A credit is a dollar for dollar reduction in your tax bill, whereas a deduction is just a percentage savings.
Got it. All right. How about if you're out there trying to find a job, you're spending money on the search and different expenses, that's something you got to remember too, right?
Even if you don't find the job, you can still take job hunting expenses like 56 cents a mile for driving, a cab fare, plane fare, employment agency fees, or printing your resumes, anything that's directly attributable to the job and is also over 2% of your adjusted gross income.
Also on the screen right now, talk about those who are self-employed. Don't forget about baggage fees and Medicare premiums, right?
Indeed, all of those.
Yeah, so that's important to remember. Okay, how about for homeowners then? What's important in terms of refinancing and energy saving tax credits, things of that nature?
You can take a portion of the points that you paid as a deduction. So 2 points on a $200,000 mortgage would be $133 a year every year until the loan is paid. And also, unfortunately, the days are over for tax credits for things like energy efficient windows or insulation. But if you bought alternative energy equipment like solar power water heater or wind turbines, which you do see in Chicago, you can qualify for a 30% tax credit.
Okay, good to know that. Jury duty paid to employer?
If your employer pays you while you're on jury duty, they might ask you to return the jury pay to the employer. You can take that as a deduction. Basically, you have to claim it as income. You have to deduct it. It's a wash, but that way you don't pay taxes on income you didn't keep.
Got it. All right. Okay, and then if you're divorced, the cost to secure alimony certainly is something to remember. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. Normally, legal fees for divorce are not deductible, but the portion that is paid to the lawyer to determine the amount of alimony is deductible. So make sure that you take that you itemize to get this deduction, and also make sure you get an itemized bill from your lawyer so you know how much you can deduct.
Sure. And the overall thought for those who do a lot of volunteering?
Keep track of the deductions. Yeah. Keep track of those little out-of-pocket expenses because they really add up.
Okay. Lots to cover there. You're a busy man right now talking about these things.
This is crunch time. 1 week left.
Thanks for coming in.